Guys, what's up? Unsportsmanlike conduct here. We're kind of sick. We've had
We're
better days,
we're not doing well right now. Let's
but
just put it that way.
here to talk some football with you guys. I think this is one of the funniest weeks that there's been in a
I
while. And
I
Bree, it might come at your expense. I'm really sorry for that.
It
Um,
does.
and just know, like, I've seen the worst of the worst my entire life,
I I
and I
just
could
don't
put that
know.
up there with one of them. Now, I do feel bad. I do feel bad for Mr. Jacoby.
I
You were
I
there. You
feel
were in
s-
attendance.
yeah. I Not to be dramatic, but when I tell you I came really close to like jumping off the balcony, like I thought about it. I really did. I can't even.
Like, that's Cleveland Browns level disaster, and I'm not trying to, like, make it worse than what it already is,
You're so right though.
but, like, that
You're
is
so
something that
right.
if the Cleveland Browns did that, I would say, "Yeah, that's just another freaking day," but
I
oh
like
my god.
I that whole last like 5 minutes of the game is just I don't understand because it starts off where they have the Raiders 4th and
Mhm.
10. Yeah, you haven't been able to let them do just about anything up to that point from the start of the second half to then. And 4th and 10, you're sitting there thinking, "All right, we're in a good spot." They're going for it. So they're in like desperation mode right now. Completion to Mac Hollins and it gets them down the field and then after that, I mean, I don't understand how that was called a touch. I really don't. If my blind ass could see a toe on the line from all the way up where I was, like I just don't understand how
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, you
there's
guys have been getting a little bit, fucked with the
my
calls.
god.
Like, that's, like, the nicest way to put it. Um, and I know people say for, like I know you probably get this because you guys have won a lot of times, you guys have won a lot of years, and I get
Yeah.
why other fans are saying it because, Patriots are winners. And they said, "Well, now you're finally getting the calls that" you know what I'm talking
Like I just and I think the worst part about it and not to like harp on that alone because like yeah, that was a big factor, but there was still what 3 no, like a minute and a half left, maybe. But still, regardless, not the point. But like, I saw this tweet that really made me a million times more mad about this situation than I already was.
Mhm.
Just talking about the catch, I'll get into the other second. It said that had this game not been flexed out of Sunday Night Football, there would have been pylon cams because Sunday Night Football, NBC has pylon
Mm.
cams, and that would have basically been all of the evidence you needed to see because apparently they couldn't see anyway. Which I still don't understand. But that would have been more than enough to see that Keelan Cole's toe was on the line.
Mhm.
I mean, it was all the still photos that are going around. Like you can see it. I don't understand,
I mean,
but
it's been one thing after another. Like, it's just
every
one thing after another every single week, and I will say I do who I feel bad for in this situation the most? Mac Jones. He did not deserve that stiff arm. He could have been in the end zone without the stiff arm, but that was
honestly
the
though, like I as somebody who I mean, we all
God.
know this. I'm not big
Mhm.
on Mac Jones. Never have been. Never have pretended to be. Um He all of this, like, Jacoby Myers, he needs to buy him, like, the biggest Christmas present, most expensive present ever
He
because
better have a Rolex in his locker.
he is taking so much heat off of Mac Jones for having a god awful game. Terrible. His
Mhm.
total air yards per for all of his completions in that game, which weren't a lot, 57. That's sickening. That's
It
horrible.
is. It
And I
really is,
know
but
that's, like
the stiff arm, though, is still, like he didn't need that.
and the
And
fact that it was Chandler Jones too, like, of
awesome.
course, it's gonna be somebody that's gonna bite the Patriots right in the ass for, like, history.
It
Ugh,
was awesome. I
the
will
whole
say, I'm
thing.
not gonna lie, it was awesome. It was an awesome event. I've never
I
seen
just
anything like that. Because I tweeted, I said, "What's the worst sports play of all time?" Because it felt like a good moment to ask people,
oh,
and there
yeah,
were a lot of funny
great.
ones. There were a lot of funny ones. One of my favorite replies was, the Cleveland Browns called a timeout before the first play even happened.
Mm,
I mean,
mhm.
the play didn't even happen, and that's, like, pathetic. You have all week to prep, and you're gonna call a timeout
Right.
before the first play?
Yep, that's a good
That
one.
one's bad. The one with Baker Mayfield against the Patriots, did you see that video? He did a little pass, try to go like this to Nick Chubb,
Oh,
missed
yes, I
line's
remember. I
lineman's hand.
remember that.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some pretty bad plays, but that one and you had to watch it in person. That's even more
Uh,
messed up.
that's the thing, like,
Like, what'd you guys
I
do? Just stand
saw
there?
I saw Ramondre run, and I'm thinking to myself,
Maybe just get down.
like, he's just gonna go out of bounds, the game's gonna go into
Mhm.
overtime. Like, I feel like every single person in that stadium figured this was going into overtime at that point.
But it went to the end
And
zone instead.
then I
Mhm.
see the ball pop up behind him, and I said, "Oh, fuck." And then,
God.
from there
See,
on
that
out,
part that was scary, but it wasn't that bad, and then it just got way worse. Like, that
it
throw
was
was so bad.
kind of a blur. And then I just remember seeing Chandler Jones just shove Mac Jones into the depths of hell and run directly at where we were sitting. And I was sitting there
Oh
like
my
this,
god.
mouth was wide o like, I had no words. We were
I'm sure there were a
standing
lot of
like that.
Patriots fans there.
Oh my god.
And
My
what did you
dad
guys do on the way out? I bet people were cussing up a storm.
they honestly, I'll give Raiders fans a shit ton of credit. They were awesome because they couldn't believe what happened either. Any of it.
No,
They
I don't
like
think anyone would believe it.
Somebody came up to my dad and gave him a hug and was like, "I am so sorry. I have no idea how that happened."
Oh my god,
Like,
at least you got to go to Vegas.
yeah, my body's kinda wishing I didn't though. Like,
See,
I
that's where, like, my sickness is still coming from. So I've been sick for, like, since the beginning of December, and I feel fine after, like, 3 or 4 days, and then I go to an event and I do something because I feel like I'm fine.
yeah,
Next day, sick for 5 more. Start the cycle back over again. Just happened to me on, Saturday. I didn't even
and the
stay at
thing
that game for
like,
more than
it's not
2
COVID
quarters.
either. It's just
No.
like it's
Yeah,
like cold that away.
I went to the Browns-Ravens game. We didn't even stay till halftime. We
Yeah,
left to get
I don't blame
tacos.
you.
It was cold and disgusting, and I just had to make a few videos, and I didn't wanna be out there any longer,
Yeah,
and that was enough to put me under for 4 days.
yeah. I don't blame you for
That was
leaving
so bad.
though. It was
It was a
cold as
terrible
shit in
game.
Vegas.
It was
I
a
didn't
terrible
know
game.
I didn't know Vegas got below, like, 50 degrees. It was freezing.
Yeah, it was a terrible, terrible game. If we're gonna talk about being cold, this week, there's, like, 7 games where it's gonna be below freezing.
Brutal. The whole thing's gonna be
And this
brutal.
is where my argument comes into for if you are in a place where it snows, build a fucking dome. Get a dome.
At least, like, a retractable one,
Something.
where, like,
You had the Bills fans throwing snowballs at the Dolphins.
those
I'm sorry,
freaking
that was awesome.
it's I honestly thought it was
Ugh,
hysterical because you had the Dolphins receivers, like, trying to dodge the snowballs as they were trying to catch touchdown passes and shit, but, like, also, why like, I saw a lot of people on Twitter getting pretty worked up about this, about the fact that Bills fans were throwing snowballs and saying
better
they're,
than
like,
dildos,
really,
clearly.
I was literally just
Oh
about to say, these are the
my god.
same fans that throw dildos. If you have any expectations for them, like, you need to recheck because
The only
if they're
person I
gonna
feel bad
throw
for, cameraman. The cameraman that got
oh my
hit in
god,
the
he got
back is so
smoked.
bad.
Oh
I
my
feel bad for the
god.
cameraman. Everybody else
He
don't really care.
he got smoked right in the back. That had to have hurt so bad. Ugh.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was awesome.
It was crazy though. Like, at the end of the game, like, 4th quarter snow, it came down so fast.
Yeah, and then they
Crazy.
brushed the field off for field goal. I saw a lot of people complaining. They're like, "How come the Bears tried to do that and they got a flag?" Well, because they brought a towel onto the field.
Yeah, they used
That's the
towels. Like, you
difference.
ugh.
So, that's why.
I don't know. I don't know. But our Lions did it this week. If nothing else, the Detroit Lions
I
saved my
love the
bacon.
Detroit Lions more than anything. That little team, I'm really proud of them. If there's anybody
Yeah,
that deserves
seriously.
a good team, it's Detroit.
They might sneak into the playoffs. Can you
I'm
believe
rooting
that?
for them. Right now, it's like plus 150.
Really?
Lions to make the playoffs. Yeah, I looked at it today. They could do it. They really
They
could
could
do it.
totally do it.
You know what's really, 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 really bad for everybody involved? The Cleveland Browns could make the playoffs,
Yeah.
right? Because the Ravens, losing all their players, lost
Yep,
their quarterback.
tailspin.
They could lose out and the Browns win and they go in. I don't think that would ever happen, but it's not at 0%. Like, it's not a
At
0% chance.
at the rate that the AFC is going right now, like, it wouldn't surprise me if the Browns and, like, Jaguars snuck in. Like,
Right.
it's
Well, it would have to be the Chargers or the Ravens losing out and the Browns winning out, which are probably not likely for either team. But again, still could happen, which is insane. Which is
oh,
really
man.
insane.
I think I'm at the point I think after that shit on Sunday, all of my playoff hopes have gone out the window. I think I'm accepting the fact that this team truly is not very good, and I was kind of just hoping that they would prove me right
Right.
in, like, putting my blind faith into them. I think I'm at the point where I have accepted the fact that they are not good. They are not a playoff team, and if they, for whatever reason, made that 7 seed, they would get the shit kicked out of them by Kansas City.
Mhm. So,
So,
if we wanna talk about, like, Kansas City, I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, they were close with the Texans, that's embarrassing." They've been playing decent football. Like, the Texans have been playing okay football.
yeah, I mean, it's but also, like, and I think people kind of forget this, like, it's an any given Sunday kinda thing. Like, it truly
Right.
is.
It's the NFL,
Just
every team should be
because
good, every team should wanna win, every team should yeah.
yeah, just because, like, the team freaking sucks doesn't mean that they're not gonna put out their best effort and maybe get lucky 1 week of the year.
Right.
And they came really close to doing that against Dallas, who little suspect right now.
Yeah,
And
no, they're
then,
making me, question what's going on.
man,
Which they could gain
Dallas
some confidence
Cowboys.
back. They could gain some confidence back this week if Jalen Hurts isn't playing, but I would love to see Gardner Minshew just tear them to bits.
Yeah, well, I'm a little Bill Belichick would know Brady for his career. Like, yes, we know,
Well,
please,
deal. Look at Brady right now. Okay,
please
I have something to I'm ready to beat that
go ahead
geriatric
because
man
I
up.
have a lot to say about this too. So
Because I
take it
told you
away.
last week I sat here and I said I think that they can beat the Bengals. I don't think their offense is as good as we think that they are. Their defense is carrying their team. Tom Brady's up 17 to fucking 3
Yep.
and you blow it. You
Yep.
fumble 2 times, you have 2 interceptions, and you let the Bengals score. Everyone's like, "Ooh, Joe Burrow beat the Bucks. He had a great week. Look at all the points he scored." Yeah, I'm sure your quarterback can score too when they're given the ball in the red zone
Right.
4 times. I don't know if that's where it was, but he was given the ball 4 times.
But also at the same time, probably not because the Bucks red zone offense has been one of the worst. So like
Like, come
I
on,
just
man. You had the game right there. No.
it's just really I'm almost glad I
Mm.
watched the loss that I watched instead of watching that because I think that would have pissed me off even more. Like
Well,
I the
I was
Pats
watching.
the
That's
Pats made me
yeah.
really fucking angry, but like I
Mm.
mean, it was a fluke thing. It was a second away from overtime. This the Bucks just choked. And Brady specifically, like you
Well,
just
yeah,
flat out choked.
It was a Brady choke job. He literally gave them the game. He was on pace to win. They were doing well. I was really rooting hard for him, and he let me down. And I'm done. I'm done with him.
Um
Never want to see him play
yeah,
football again. That was so
I'm
dramatic. But
really I'm really interested to see what this offseason has in store because he has always said, I'll retire when I suck.
well, you suck. So maybe
Like
it's not, maybe the time is now.
there's been
Man,
flashes.
he just should have just stayed retired. He should have won. Actually, he should have won that Super Bowl and said, "You know what? This has been
Yes,
really damn fun."
exactly. That last Super Bowl should have been a ride out into the sunset thing, go out on top, and
And then you're
you
done.
know this as much as anybody. Tom Brady is my guy. I would never talk shit about him ever, but like it's come to the point where like the bad
It's getting
significantly
pretty sad.
outweighs the good
It's like
that
when
he's
oh my
putting out
god,
on the
see, this is
field.
gonna be such a bad comparison, people are gonna be mad at me for this, but it's just like, you know, when people are, like, so old and they shouldn't have a driver's license,
Yeah,
take the keys, he needs to go.
it's
Take the keys
I
away.
don't disagree. I mean, I feel like a lot of it has to do, yes, with the fact that the
Yeah.
offensive line has been decimated pretty much all year. The coaching is stupid. It's just like a mosh pit of really, really bad things. But Brady is pretty close to the top at the
Well,
reason why.
you have players coming up to you after they intercepted you asking for autographs.
Yeah,
Go
like, at
home.
that
Just go
point, like,
just go home.
I would be it's the fact that he's actually signing these balls, like, I know he's a really gracious guy and he
Right, he's really
is
generous for that one.
super appreciative of, like, the younger kids that he's not playing against doing stuff like that because, like, it makes him feel good about, the impact he's had on the game and stuff, but if I was him, I'd be like, "Fuck no. You just picked me off, I lost another game, get
Right,
out of
like,
my
that's
face."
so disrespectful. I don't think I could do that, I just would just
Yeah,
no.
I I don't know, so, like, more power to him for actually, like, signing the footballs and stuff and being a good guy, but, like,
Mhm, man.
I couldn't. I don't think I could do that. I don't know,
Mhm.
man.
Speaking of the
Just
Bengals, though,
shit
I
show.
tweeted today, "Fuck, marry, kill, the
I
Bills,
saw that.
Bengals, and Chiefs," and I think I know what your answer is gonna be, but I'll
Yeah.
go okay, so, who are you gonna
Uh,
we'll do fuck first. Which team are you fucking? I'm going Chiefs.
yeah, I think the Chiefs. Cause like, probably only gotta be a one-time thing, right?
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs, and I like Patrick Mahomes, don't really want any involvement with Jackson around, but
Yeah.
great quarterback, Travis Kelce, yeah, going
Yeah,
Chiefs.
whatever. I mean, I guess. This is one of those things where, like, definitely not my top choice, but, like, if you have to do it, it
Right.
might as well.
Okay, and now this is where we're gonna go opposite ways.
Yeah.
Right, so I am going to kill the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm gonna marry the
Um,
Bengals.
I'm gonna
I
kill
feel
them. They're
like
done.
l
They're dead to me. Everything about them pisses me off,
I'm
from
gonna
their
I'm gonna
players,
marry
their
Joe Burrow and
fans.
the Bengals. We're gonna have a nice, fun marriage.
Mhm.
He can borrow my sunglasses, I can
You and
borrow
Eli
his.
Apple.
Yeah, he can be, like, our weird neighbor that, like, comes
Mhm.
over for holidays and stuff. Yeah, and then I'm killing the Bills. Killing them viciously.
And I'm gonna say Buffalo. Love you guys. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. I am gonna go eat some wings with you, and maybe we'll see a Super Bowl. I don't know. Probably not. Probably fucking lose
Probably
again.
not.
Probably not. Probably
No.
lose again.
I'm
Um,
going to, I'm gonna go bison hunting and with, like, a old school bow and arrow and everything. Like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it legit, and I'm going to, yeah,
oh my God,
kill the
yeah. See,
Bills.
that's me. Me with the Bengals, and the Bengals piss me off more than any other team in the AFC North.
Yeah.
Rooting for their downfall more than anything.
Listen, sister, come on the bandwagon this week. It's definitely not gonna happen, but if
But
we
I'm
could
rooting
use
for it.
all the
Yeah,
support we can get at this point.
I would love it. I want them to not get the number one. Don't
I
want them to.
I just could I this is how I feel about this. The Patriots are gonna lose the way they did this past week in arguably the most heartbreaking fashion possible, and then for whatever reason, I just feel like they're gonna go out and, like, they're actually gonna play with the Bengals. Like, they're
No,
actually
I think
going
that they are too. See, I thought the Bucks
that's
were the Bucks were playing with them. They were, and Tom Brady said, "I'm tired. I can't do it right now. I'm gonna end the game quicker than
so,
I'm gonna
I
get
mean,
off the field."
Mac Jones and Tom Brady right now are kinda playing at the same level, so if that can happen, like, I
Oh my
feel
God.
for whatever reason, which is so stupid because I watched with my own eyes what happened this past Sunday, and yet I still feel like that. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm sick and all the medicine I've been taking, it's making me a little wonky in the head, but, like, I that's how I feel, and it's really weird. It's really weird, and I'm very prepared to, be let down again
Right, but
because I
I'm rooting for you, and I'm rooting for everything to go well that game.
maybe Matt Judon will, show up on the stat sheet this week. That'd be cool.
I
He
mean, Joe
decides
Burrow
to, like.
loves to get sacked a few times a
Yeah,
game,
I
so
know. Judon decides to, like, maybe disappear a little bit in semi big games. Um, so we'll see. A little interesting.
we will see. Um, should I tell my super funny story of my weekend?
Yeah, please,
Oh my God.
please do. I want to hear
Okay,
it again.
guys. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna need this one clipped because I want to post on TikTok. I feel like I shouldn't say who it was. I'm gonna retract the name.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna retract the name, but so I went to the Cleveland Browns football game against the Ravens. We left at halftime. We're hungry. We want to get some tacos. Go to get
Mhm.
the tacos. After the tacos, there's a birthday party. One of the guys on the Browns, it was his birthday this weekend, having a birthday party. We're walking from the stadium to the tacos to the birthday party. In between, there's a like massive parking lot in between the places that we're walking from. And my friend goes, "Look at those two guys over there. They're pretty attractive." At this point, we're like a couple margaritas deep because it's snowing. If we are not okay. So we're
It's always
looking.
those damn margaritas. Did you go to
There,
that place that you took me
yes,
to?
yeah, we went to
Yeah,
Blue Agave and we had the shots
that
and everything.
that
Yeah, it's a
tracks.
dangerous place. It's a dangerous
Yep.
place. They very dangerous place to go to because everything's good and everything's free. So we're walking to the party. Across the parking lot, there's two tall men in white hoodies. And we can't see who they are because they're super far away, but we can see that they're tall. And my friend goes, "Those guys look kind of attractive." I'm like, "You want me to yell at them again?" Not sober. She's like, "Yeah, give them a little shout. Like, just wave at them, see what happens." I'm like, "Men in the white hoodies, men in the white hoodies." We start waving. And
No.
then my friend goes, "You guys are very attractive. You guys are very attractive." So then we walk into the birthday party. We're standing at the bar. 10 minutes later, the two men in the white hoodies walk in. One of
Stop.
them One of them plays on the Cleveland Browns football team. He's a fan favorite. A lot of people love him. Comes up to us and he goes, we see him in the fucking hoodie, and he goes, "Why the fuck were you guys why the fuck were you guys screaming at me?" And I go, I didn't know it
Um,
was you." He goes, "I literally know you guys. I don't know what." They're like, "Well, we didn't know it was you at the time." He goes, "Well, I appreciate the compliments."
hey,
Oh my god.
anytime you can get like a nice compliment from a stranger, like it feels good.
Yeah, but
And
we
then
were
you end up
literally
actually knowing who the stranger is,
we
you know?
literally we literally catcalled him in the
That's
street.
so
We were
funny.
very fucking feral walking
It's
around
so funny.
after the game.
I would kill to know like what was going through his head
He
at
probably was
that
like
point.
looking at us like, "Are they serious right now?"
Did he see it was you guys? Did he know in the moment that it was you guys?
Yeah, he literally said, "Why were you guys screaming?" He literally walked up to us right after and he goes, "Why were you guys screaming at me?" He's like, "I know you
Oh my
guys."
god.
Oh, it couldn't have been
But you know, just giving compliments to friends. That's what we do here. That's all. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
Man, at least we said something nice. At least we weren't
Yeah,
talking
you could have
shit.
been like
Damn, if we were talking
disrespectful
shit.
and stuff.
Oh, man, that was funny. That was a really, 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 really funny time. My whole
I
weekend was
can't.
chaos from top to bottom. Like
I can't.
nothing I thought going to happen happened, and everything that I didn't did.
Yeah.
So,
I had a really shitty weekend in terms of like
oh
hangovers and stuff.
yeah,
My
I
sister
did
saw
too.
Julian
Mhm.
Edelman at the
Oh, I
airport,
love
which was
that.
cool. He actually was on the same flight and he was nice enough to take a picture with her. So
Oh,
that's
that's so
cool.
nice.
He's a good guy, Jules. I've met him a couple of times actually. He's cool. And my sister has been in love with him since it's like her and Julian Edelman is like what me and Tom Brady is. Like I've been in love with him since I
Mhm.
was a kid. Like it's pretty similar for her. So it was a big moment for her. Picture was so cute. You could tell
That's
she was
awesome.
so excited because her face is just like
Yeah, that's
full
so
mouth
good.
smile. And he's in the same clothes as the night before. He looks hungover
That's
as
so
shit.
nice of him, though.
He definitely didn't like go to bed the night
That is
before.
so funny.
But yeah, so
Um,
shout out to Jules for being the guy that he is. A
I
great
want to
guy.
talk about this comment really quick because I just don't think people know how Cleveland is. And I say this to people and I don't think they believe me when I say this. In Cleveland, Ohio, you can meet anybody that you want. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not kidding. You can go anywhere you want to and meet anywhere you want to. And this comment says, couldn't be anywhere but a Browns car park. So, they're everywhere. You walk into a restaurant and someone on the Cleveland Browns is there. Walk into the grocery store, someone from the Cavs is there. You walk down the street with your dog, you're walking past someone on the Guardians walking their dog.
Yeah, right.
It's a
I mean, it's a
very
small city.
it's small. Yeah, everyone's like real close by. They're like the most famous people here. The athletes are
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Hmm.
everywhere. You can see Miles
That's
Garrett
how
any like day of the week, probably.
that's how like pockets of Boston are too. I feel like people
Right.
kind of don't understand. Like these guys actually do
Like
live in
real
the
life
city.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and like when the Bruins all live in like the Seaport area, you could during especially during the
Hmm.
summer, any of like the day drinking spots, like if you don't see a Bruin there, like it's
Right.
actually kind of surprising. Like that's just how it is.
Wouldn't be bad to meet a Cavs player. I saw Robin Lopez walking his two golden doodles. So
So
yeah.
One of Rob's friends, oddly enough, is, like, best friends with the Lopez twins. I don't know how I've never told you
That's
this story
funny.
before. They, grew up together, and last Super Bowl, he went to the Super Bowl with them. They had an extra ticket, and
Oh,
they all
that's
went.
fire.
And
That's so funny.
and every time I, like, see one of them, especially during the Bucks Celtics
Mhm.
series last year, I was like, "Hey, text your boy and tell him to chill the fuck out, please, please."
Oh,
And
that's funny.
he's like, "Nope, I'm not getting involved." I
Well,
need you to
maybe
please get
try it.
involved because he was kinda kicking the shit out of the Celtics for a hot sec. Uh,
Mm, funny.
crazy, crazy stuff. What else? What a banner week for, officiating as a whole.
Oof.
Pretty shitty.
Ooh. Ooh,
Like,
yeah, so if you're a Commanders fan, I'm
oh.
sorry.
And, I
You
mean, and a Vikings fan too, like, there's no reason that
yeah,
game had to go into overtime if it was called correctly.
that was a crazy comeback, though, I will say. Kirk
It's
Cousins
insane.
Kirk Cousins, like, we just need a moment for Kirk Cousins. Some days he's himself, like, in the game, he literally sacked himself. I said that on TikTok, people got mad. I don't care. He literally tripped over himself
Yeah.
and somehow still won. He did it. So he has the
Yeah.
really good and he has the really bad, but somehow they're pulling it together and winning.
It's just, like, especially it's so funny, it's, like, always the nationally broadcasted games. Like, those are the games that he's
He is fucking
maybe he just,
awesome.
like, psychs himself out because he's like, "Holy shit, so many people are gonna be watching me." I don't know.
Well, I think he's been
I don't
hyping
know.
himself up for it.
Well, he finally I mean, the first half was horrifying for him, for the team as a whole.
I think
Um,
what, back-to-back weeks of over 400 yards?
yeah, I think you're right.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, man. I
And
don't
the thing
know.
is, he hasn't been playing that bad. Like, if you compare him to other teams, like, he has been playing very well.
And but then at the Colts, my god. It's time. Pack them
Yeah.
up, ship them
Mhm.
out. Jeff Saturday is not it's not gonna work. He's obviously not gonna get hired for real, right? Can we all agree on that?
Well, I would hope he
Have we seen
wouldn't.
enough?
I've seen what I needed to see. I knew what was gonna happen.
Right, yeah, going into it, like,
Mm.
I just
This is so fun.
oh, man, I don't know. I don't know. What else? So is there any NBA drama that we're missing?
NBA's been pretty nonchalant lately. It's been kinda chill, I feel like. The Grizzlies are really good.
Yep.
That's basically the only thing that's happening.
Yep. Jason Tatum did not play in the Celtics last game because he went to his son's birthday party. He had a birthday party for his son.
No
And
way.
then I've seen a lot of Celtics fans um kind of get up in arms about this, and I kind of just want them to understand like they just got back from a 2-week road trip. It's his 5-year-old son's birthday. You have so many players in the league say that they wish they took more time to be with their family. Not even just in basketball, like in professional sports as a whole.
Well, did they
Say
win the
that
game?
they lost by like 2.
Oh.
Like
Who were they playing?
Magic.
Eh,
So like gross, but like
whatever.
it's was like what the 30th game of the season. He plays like every single second of
I mean, he
the
needs a
games
break
anyway.
anyways.
But and also, like, how many times have you seen athletes say that they wish that they took more time for their families throughout their career? Tom Brady just lost his freaking marriage because of it. Like, dude, I can't.
Mhm.
I'm
He
not
did,
even.
that he did.
I'm not even remotely close to being mad at Jason Tatum for not playing in one crappy game to celebrate his son's birthday. Like, come on. Like, sorry, the guy's trying to be a good dad and show his family that like, "Hello, you're still my priority." Like, this basketball thing has
I mean,
a lifespan.
I feel like for basketball and for MLB, like, specifically, I feel like players should be allowed, like
There's so many fucking games,
I feel
man.
like they should be allowed it like, for baseball, you should be allowed at least, like, 2 games where you don't have to play.
Right, like,
By
maybe a couple
choice.
personal days here and there.
Right.
Like
Way too many.
but, like, if it was somebody, like, I don't know, off the top of my head, I can't even think, but, like, a role player doing this, like, then I could understand,
Mm,
like, "Oh, your minutes are kind of valuable, you don't
right.
get playing time as it is, and now you're gonna take the day. But like it's Jason Tatum. He plays over the last, I think, like 4 seasons, he's played the most minutes out of anybody in the league. I think him and Jaylen Brown are like 1 and 2. Like it's gonna be okay. I promise. It's one game. It's one game. They're still the best team in basketball, at least in the Eastern Conference. Like it's gonna be fine. I promise.
Yeah. I don't know.
Could be
People just want
worse.
to have
Trey
something.
Young like didn't even show up because he
Well,
got in a
because
fight with his coach. Like,
he's
would
the
you
most
rather
dramatic.
that?
He's the most dramatic. I could go on, but I'm gonna not.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna not. I'm gonna keep it to myself, and I'll just say, Trey Young, rooting on your downfall, man,
Yeah.
and the whole city of New York, rooting for your downfall. Low key.
Best team in the Eastern Conference. Yes. I don't care about the Milwaukee Bucks. If you're a Bucks fan and you're gonna try to talk to me about them, I'm gonna tell you to shut up because I don't care. I don't. I simply not. I'm tired of Giannis and his fake nice guy.
Oh, come
act.
on. Don't be a Giannis hater.
He's so corny.
Like, that's just him.
He really is. Like,
You can hate Giannis. It's like impossible to hate him.
I genuinely liked him for a really long time. And then last year during that playoff series, he really started to rub me the wrong way. Like it's just corny. Like the dad jokes, we're past that. It's
No,
not
he
funny
gets a
anymore.
pass. He can do it.
I don't know. Oh my guy. I literally buck to the best in the Eastern. I literally just said I don't care. So have fun talking to a wall.
So all the teams, I don't think so basketball, I don't really like dislike any of the teams. I used to have beef with the Warriors because that was torture for 4 years. I'm just like,
I get
Steph
it.
Curry's so good, I can't hate him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to.
They're annoying
So.
too. They're really
They got
annoying
some
too.
issues. They have some issues they need to work out. I don't know. NBA, I just haven't been able to like get into the NBA like I do. I don't know what it is.
That's how I feel about everything this year, except for maybe hockey, and that's definitely just because the Bruins are so fucking hot right now. Like the actual best team in the league. And if you want to argue with me about that too, I don't know what I'm watching. But like last year, the Bruins, I really struggled to watch hockey, and I usually watch every single game. And last year I had a hard time with that. This year I've been good about it. But basketball and football to me this year feel a little
Football's
odd.
okay for me because I like to watch everybody else. I like other teams besides my own because my own pisses me off and I don't really like them right now. So watching the other ones I enjoy too. Like I like to watch Patrick Mahomes. I like to watch Josh Allen. I really enjoy watching them. So that's fun.
I think it's also a product too of like I don't get every Celtics game here. So the games I do get, I'm more excited for. But like if I have to go through all of the hoops to like stream it or something, like I'm not gonna do that.
Ooh, it's so hard to like
and I'm not gonna pay for
stream.
League Pass.
So when I used to live in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is 2 hours from Cleveland, and you couldn't get Cavs games there on League Pass. They were blacked out. I'm like, they don't have a fucking team. It's 2 hours away. Just let us watch it. So but that's when the Cavs were like kind of shitty. So past that. We're back to good basketball.
Yeah. Great. It's good stuff. I have a Brandon Staley story that I wanted to share with you. No.
It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. So I was at this event last night, and it was like a charity event in Pittsburgh. Like Shazier was there. He was speaking. This other guy, he has like this big insurance company, life insurance company, and he was like one of the speakers there. And he is like best friends with Brandon Staley. Like he's from Youngstown. Like he knows him. He was at the game the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he was talking to him. And this was like a really good like quote that he said about one of his players. I don't know who he was talking about, but he said they paid one of their players because he is a great player. He's not the best at his position, but they paid him because he's low maintenance. And that makes sense. He's a good locker room guy. He doesn't cause issues. He does what he needs to do, goes to work, plays well, doesn't really make any mistakes, low maintenance kind of guy. And I kind of like that.
Who are we talking about here?
I don't know which player it is. But I like that.
There's a few There's a few on that team that I think could fit the mold for that. That's a
Right.
pretty interesting thing to say.
And I
Well,
like that
that's
because
good.
I
Like, I'm
feel like
glad
a lot
he's
of players are not.
right.
Yeah.
I'm glad he said something that I can, like, support because this guy, he's just such a dork. I don't like him at all.
Yeah,
Um,
John Carroll guy, but yeah, low maintenance, so
thing.
there's a lot of high maintenance
Yeah.
players. There's a lot of stars right now that feel like are low maintenance. Like, I feel like the wide receivers are not as out of pocket as they used.
Yeah.
Like Justin
I could
Jefferson, he's a superstar, and
he's a
he's
little
just like a
cutie.
chill, funny guy. Did you see that video of him with that super fan,
With
the Vikings lady?
Jackie, I
Yes,
fucking love her.
awesome. That was
I love
great.
her.
And then you have
I
Stephon Diggs. Like everybody like makes fun of him and says all this shit about him and like rips him. But if you guys didn't see, he gifted a child who lost his dad this year a little pair of Nike Air Forces with like a picture of his dad on one side and like
yeah,
Diggs on the other side with an
I saw
autograph. And like
that.
that, there's not that many high maintenance wide receivers right now. I kind of
Is
like that
yeah.
for them.
He, Stephon Diggs is somebody, like, he plays
Mhm.
for the team I probably hate the most, but, like, I can't not like this guy. I can't.
Right. Like he's
He's
just
so good. He
a
seems like
good
such a good
guy.
person. But the
Now with
Justin
the ladies,
Jefferson
he's a little crazy.
oh,
I
yeah,
see
my
I see the
god.
videos and I hear the drama, but
Oh, yeah.
that's his
The
personal life, you know?
the
He can do
side
whatever he
chicks
wants.
at the game
having
and
the
stuff.
having two women at the same hotel on Valentine's Day, like
Man,
if that's what he wants to do and spend his time and money,
be
sure,
my
go
guest,
ahead.
dude. But the Justin Jefferson thing with Jackie, like, if you have not seen the videos of Jackie during, Vikings games, she's nuts, and it's the funniest thing.
She curses up a storm. She says everything exactly what
It's
I'm thinking,
so
but she says it out loud.
it's so funny. I can only imagine what she was like during that game. She probably
There's a
almost
whole
died,
video.
like, 5 times.
There's a 5-minute video of all of her reactions
Oh god,
that she
I
posted.
need the
Yeah, it
link.
is so
Send me the
good.
link. I
It's
need
right.
it.
It's like the most recent video that they posted on the TikTok.
Oh,
It's
so good.
awesome. I feel like the Vikings are really enjoyable though. Everything they're doing. I know we already talked about them, but all
Yeah.
the videos that come about of everything that they do, awesome. Like
Yeah.
the radio guy,
Oh, yeah. Their
he was
play-by-play
awesome.
guy for the
Yeah,
radio, yeah.
right.
Really good. Um, switching over, hard change here, to the other football, World Cup's over,
Hmm.
and
I watched. I
we
watched.
probably
I watched it.
got the most exciting World Cup final game that we possibly could have gotten, and it was unbelievable. It was one of the best soccer games I've ever watched, and I like to think I've watched a decent amount in my lifetime. It was fucking awesome, and I am so, so happy for Messi. So happy for him.
Did
I
he really have
just
to get lifted off the parade bus by a helicopter? Is that true?
so I saw the tweets that there were, like, 4 or 5 million people that came out to the point where, like, the streets were completely blocked off, so they had to come in with a helicopter and take the team off the bus, and then they, like,
God.
did the rest of the route that way. Insane.
That's crazy.
Like, it's the photos that have
Mhm.
come out of the parade and stuff, like, they're on, like, the on-ramps of the highways and stuff, like, there's no room for anything. I can't imagine being there and having, like, some sort of, like, claustrophobia because that's it, you're done. There's nowhere for you to go. It's crazy. But I'm so happy for him. I'm really happy that the game itself was as advertised because sometimes when you get these matchups of, like, these super teams, like, France is always a very good team.
Mhm.
Argentina, always a very good team. Mbappe, Messi, like, the storyline was just pumping it up, and it would have been really shitty if it was kind of a letdown, but it was the complete opposite. It was awesome.
Pretty good.
So, it was a good start. The only issue I have, obviously, was it started at 7 o'clock in the morning, and setting my alarm for 6:50 AM in Las Vegas was one of the most painful things I've ever done,
Mm,
but it was worth it. I'm glad I did it.
yeah, that's a rough one.
So,
That's a rough one
yeah.
because most people are still up at that time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the,
Yeah.
casino floor looked exactly how I left it at 2 o'clock in the
Mhm.
morning. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Um, if we wanna talk about something it's kind of sports related. It's sports related in a sense. So
Okay.
if you guys don't know, there's this girl on TikTok. What's her last name? I don't know how to say her last name.
Alex
This
Earl.
Alex Earl, she has been blowing up. She's a beautiful woman. She is so funny. She goes to Miami. Like, this girl is just doing it. She's living
She
a life that we can only dream of.
she has become like the queen of social media in 5 seconds flat. Like,
Super cool girl, funny girl, like down to earth. She had a boyfriend,
mhm.
and this boyfriend is a failed product of MLB.
Yeah.
And what's his name? Tyler.
Tyler Wade.
Tyler Wade, Mr. New York Yankee.
He is, yep, a Yankee farm system guy. He played for the Angels for a little bit this year, and then they said, "Wow, you really stink," and they got rid of him, and now he's back with the Yankees, I believe.
Yeah.
Has
You know,
hasn't really stuck in the majors. He's been more of a minors guy,
and
and
that's fine. Like,
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
whatever, sure.
sure. But I think he got a little jealous of this woman's fame and rise to everything
Yeah.
that she was doing. So
Um,
they're
everything that
they're a very
she has
attractive
said.
couple.
Oh my god,
Very
yeah.
attractive
Well,
couple. Both are
he's so handsome. He really
definitely
is.
not my type of guy, but I will say he's handsome. He's a
He is.
handsome man.
He's a very good-looking guy. I will admit I used to have a crush on him. Um,
But now he's canceled.
but now after everything she said about the reason, why
Mm.
they broke up and stuff, like I can absolutely see it, and he's done for
Yeah,
me.
so he basically said he didn't want to post her on social media. He didn't tell her birthday on social media. He just was, I think, very jealous of everything that she was posting on social media, telling her what she
Yeah.
could and couldn't post, didn't want to be in that life. So, and that's
Right.
fine. Like, if you don't want to be in it,
Yeah.
don't
Like I
say
get
you
it.
don't want to and like have that combo. But I don't think that he had the confidence to date a woman like her. Like, I think he was
Absolutely
very
not.
insecure with himself. So
And my
they broke
thing
up.
is, like, if you are not a social media person, that's completely fine.
He
Because
is though.
yeah, well, yeah, when it comes to himself, he is, which is
Yeah.
the kind of why this whole situation is like, what the hell? But like sometimes I wish I wasn't a social media person and like didn't have to
Oh
post
yeah.
stuff and whatever, blah blah blah. So like I get it. But if you are going to sit there and like belittle the person that you are in a relationship with for posting on social media, which is effectively her job at this
Yeah,
point.
she's making so much money doing that. She's
She's
making more
making
money than your minor league contract, so
exactly.
so
Like
maybe you should reconsider that.
she's providing for you at this point. And whatever, like gender norms and relationships, nobody gives a shit
She
about
just
that
bought a
anymore,
Maloney
but
bag.
like she is doing the absolute like she's doing the fucking thing right now from every angle
She's the
she's
it
got.
girl. She is the it
She
girl.
is.
She's the moment. Everything she wants to do, she can do.
I just can't imagine sitting there and looking at my beautiful girlfriend who just bought me all of these nice things and gets to go on all of these like brand sponsored trips
Yeah,
and things like that, and looking at her and saying, "Ew, you're gonna post that on social media," and then getting mad. Like, I'm sorry.
right. So this comes to the question that I want to ask everybody. Would you break up with someone if they didn't post you on social media? And I have an answer, but I think my answer comes with layers.
Yeah, mine does too. Because
So,
I've been in that position where like I've tried to keep my private life private,
yeah,
and it's hard.
right.
It's hard to do when your job is social media.
Yeah, and they had a public relationship. That's the thing. Like, their relationship was very public, and he would
Right,
be in
yeah.
her things, but he wouldn't include her. And I get it. Like, I don't think so. If I had a boyfriend, girlfriend, if I was dating anyone at the moment, I don't think I would post them. Like, I personally wouldn't because I don't think any of the people that I've been like going on dates with would want me to post them, and I wouldn't want them to post me. But that's a
Yeah,
personal preference.
right.
But their situation, little
Yeah.
funky.
Like, well, that's like with Rob, like I don't I post, photos of us and photos of him and stuff because I like to, but I at the same time I get very scared because I'm like, okay, what are these psychos on the internet gonna
Right,
do?
what are
Are
they
they
gonna
gonna
do and
be
what are they gonna
because
say?
people legitimately have like gone to his page and have been mean to him because of something that I've posted, like making fun of him for like whatever the hell for his beard or something.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
had one
stupid.
time I had a man comment on my Instagram post and it turned into article. So
It's just like so like that makes me kind of not want to post my relationship, but at the same time, like I'm very secure and happy with my relationship and like the
right.
dynamic we have when it comes to social media because I feel like at this point in time, like it is something that needs to kind of be talked about just because how big social media has become. And like that we
Mhm.
have a mutual understanding. Like it's not a requirement, but like it's sometimes it's
Right.
nice. Sometimes it's nice to see.
Yeah, and then, like, for him to tell her what she can and can't post, that's a whole
Yeah,
different
get the
level.
hell
Like,
out
if
of here
you
with
told
that.
me that, like, you're done. Pack your bags out the door, like,
Bye.
that's immediately done. You're not gonna tell me
Yeah.
how I'm gonna do things for, like, her too, essentially her job, so
The thing is with that, like, I'm gonna know, like, the limits of what is gonna be respectful or disrespectful to my relationship. Like, I'm not gonna post a freaking lingerie photo, obviously, because I think
right,
that's way over the line for me and for my relationship. But, like, if she gets a brand deal with something like that and she's getting paid to
right.
do that, like, he's gonna have to
Why does he care what she posts? See, because he's
because he's a
insecure,
man. I don't
and he
know.
wants to, like, control her, and he doesn't want other people to see her, and her audience is mostly women anyways.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
he's secure with himself to say that, like, "You are a beautiful woman, I'm lucky to be with you, and I'm happy that I'm with you, and I want you to succeed in your career how you can." I
Right.
don't know. Like, there's just, sorry that we're going on a man rant, but justice for this woman. It's
We
like
haven't had one in a really long time, so I feel like it's due.
right, and there's, like, even men this is, like, even further step. There's men that have girlfriends and wives that have OnlyFans, and they help them make the content, and they make a lot of money, and
Yeah.
they spend it together. Like, this girl I follow, she's my favorite person to follow on TikTok, and she's low key not an OnlyFans, basically a porn star at this point. Her name's Anna Paul. If you guys don't know who she is, her Twitter and her TikTok not the same. I'm on the TikTok side. TikTok is great. Her TikTok is great. Her videos are funny, and her boyfriend just like helps her out and makes all this shit. And they go on trips every single week and do all kinds of crazy stuff.
I just can't imagine being an adult and being so concerned with what my significant other posts. Like if my
Right.
boyfriend wants to post like a shirtless picture for whatever reason, like go ahead.
Right.
Whatever.
And it's just
You look hot, go ahead.
it's funny. It's just so funny because even there, like, take it to things that we post now. There's men that say, "Why would you post this? Why are you doing that?" I'm like, "Why do you care?
Some
Why do you care?
little
It's not harming you."
17-year-old was like, "Oh, that's a lot of makeup." Like, first of all, I'm
Well,
a
yeah, I bought
26-year-old
it.
woman. I wear makeup. I'm in Las Vegas. Like, what the hell do
Oh
you
my
expect?
god, I
And
hate
then
that. And
why
they're
do
like,
you
"Well, people are
care?
wearing the makeup. You want to shut up? Just shut up
And
and
then
let me be."
the best part about it was there was somebody that replied and was like, "Well, it is a lot of makeup." I was like, "Okay."
Did
He's
I
like, "Well,"
ask?
but then he was like, "Oh, well, maybe it's not. I don't know. My wife just doesn't wear a lot." Like, good for you. Who cares?
Then why are
I
you
don't
talking to
care.
me? Then why are you
Like,
talking to me? Talk to your wife.
congratulations, your wife has a preference of not wearing a lot of makeup. That's great for her. I hope she's happy. That's cool. But I like makeup.
Oh my
And I'm
god.
totally fine with not wearing it. But like I also like to, mess with it because I'm pretty good at it. So like
Sometimes it's just kinda it's kind of
it's
a good,
fun.
like, therapy session to just sit there and do it. It's a good relaxing time, you're not doing
Yeah.
really much. Like, it's almost like a nap,
Yeah,
low
sort of,
key.
yeah. I don't know. Stupid. Moral of the
Yeah.
story, like let people just live their life and
Do
do what they
whatever they
want.
wanna
And
do. If it's not harming you and it's not harming me, then why even
I'm
talking?
I will say, on like a last little note on this thing, I'm really proud of her because she's only 22. She like just turned 22.
Yeah, she just had a whole little birthday celebration.
I'm wicked proud of her for being mature enough to realize that the situation has deteriorated and it's
Right.
not a healthy thing for her anymore and to handle it as well as she has. Um and not felt the need to kind of stay with him despite the fact that she's happy and it turned into a toxic thing just because he is the handsome baseball player and stuff like that.
Well,
Like
he's never gonna turn the comments on his Instagram post again. And
oh
you know what
hell
the
no. Oh my
funniest part
god.
about it was? I went to his Instagram because I was like, I need to check this out. I need to see what's going on. Because I knew women were gonna be commenting on it. And I
Yeah.
click on the photo. I have like five of my guy friends. He follows like five of them. Five of the guys who play on the Guardians there. I see all their comments first. One scroll next. Back. I said, why are you guys even
Yep.
commenting on this man's
Right.
posts?
I don't know.
Funny.
I just can't imagine fumbling the bag as much as he did.
Yeah, he's gonna hear from the women for a while. He'll
Yeah.
probably get a lot of DMs too.
Well, that's the thing. You know, there's gonna be some girls that
Yeah,
are like
there's
gonna
gonna be little.
fly in and pick the
Mhm.
scraps and stuff. So
Yeah, good luck with that one because you saw what happened before. Why do you think it's gonna be any different?
right.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's gonna do that with her, what's he gonna do
Right.
with you?
See,
You
that's
know?
what I'm saying. Like every time I talk about like people cheating or doing things or like things that they don't like, it's not because they're not attractive, and it's not because they find someone
Right.
that's more attractive. They're gonna do it because they want to do it.
Right.
Easy.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, shout out to Alex Earl. We are Team Alex Earl on this
Yes, we are.
podcast. So, yeah.
So,
You want to do picks this week? I don't know
I
if I
mean,
have the
we can just
mental
talk about like a few
strength.
things. I do want to talk about one thing. I want to talk about one thing, and I want to talk about the games on Christmas Day. And I was thinking maybe we should do like a Christmas Day touchdown parlay. That'd be fun, it's a holiday. And then I looked at the games and I said, two of these games might just be a field goal matchup.
What games even are they? I know the Bucks and the Cardinals.
That could be all field goals easily.
That's gonna be a shit show. Well, we thought about going to that because we
Don't.
obviously are not going home for Christmas because we're house
Mm-mm.
sitting.
So
And
waste
we
of
thought
time.
about driving to Arizona for the game. I couldn't have been happier that we decided not to do that.
So that game, why would we even bother making a touchdown parlay when the Bucks, Cardinals, Broncos, and Rams all play?
Gross.
Right. But then the Packers and Dolphins. So that could potentially have a couple. I would
Okay.
assume so. But the other two,
Well, we
pathetic.
could also what we could do, maybe we could do like some kind of crossover with the basketball.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Know how you could do like a touchdown and like a point total or something,
Yeah,
or
that
like
could
a
be
player
fun.
prop over or something. I don't know,
I don't even know what games
but
are on Christmas. Basketball.
lots of really good basketball
Oh,
games at
Bucks
Christmas
Celtics,
Day.
that's good. Grizzlies
Bucks,
Warriors. That's
Celtics,
gonna be so
Grizz
annoying.
Warriors.
The Grizzlies Warriors game is gonna be so annoying because they hyped it up to be a fake rivalry.
Who else though? Lakers, Nuggets.
Um, Suns Nuggets, Lakers Mavs.
Suns,
That's gonna
Nuggets,
be
Lakers,
that's gonna be a
Mavs.
stupid game.
Mavs are well interesting right
Yeah,
now.
they've been getting kicked by the Cavs.
Yeah, a little bit of a mess. And that was without Luca too. Crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, we could maybe what we could do is we could do a touchdown parlay and then we could do like a daily fantasy thing for the Sunday games.
Yeah,
Like we did for the playoffs
right.
last year.
See, those games are so. I can't believe they're making us watch Baker Mayfield on Christmas.
I
I
know.
just wanted to let the people know he had his one drive, and guess what happened next? Went to shit.
Yeah,
You
well,
saw that one coming. He's gonna make Mike. I'm gonna say Mike. I'm out of control. Sean McVay retire.
I just all of these Christmas Day games, like they at the beginning of the season, looking at them, it probably looked so good.
The only
And
good game
now,
that we are going to get, only good game we're gonna get this weekend. Now the Thursday game, it could be a little interesting.
it definitely is going to be something.
And I think
It's
Seahawks
gonna-
Chiefs has potential. I think it
yeah,
has
I don't know. I
potential.
think the Seahawks might have dropped a little bit in my
But the only interesting game to me is Eagles versus the Cowboys.
I circled this one
Mhm.
like a month and a half ago. Obviously the circumstances have
Are a
changed.
little different.
But I took the Cowboys in the beginning of November when we started talking about this game and when the Eagles were going to get their first loss, and now it has finally happened and we're here. But now Gardner Minshew, and there's something about Gardner Minshew where
I love Gardner
when
Minshew.
he's out on the field, crazy shit happens.
He's
So
not the worst quarterback you could put out
no,
there.
he's really not. He's really not. He's awesome.
It would have been good if the Cowboys didn't lose to the Jags. Yeah,
Well, this
Embarrassing,
stinks. So.
Dallas. Embarrassing. When Trevor Lawrence fumbled that ball, I thought that was pathetic. That was a really bad
Yeah,
fumble.
I
But
so I
besides
have the
that,
Cowboys. I have the Cowboys defense. Let's just take you through the day with them because it was a whirlwind. Started off like maybe 12 points, I think. Ended up with 0.
mhm.
Just thankfully it didn't matter.
Miles
Thankfully.
Sanders' career game upcoming. If there's someone I'm rooting for, Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
He is an all-time funny guy. He scores here, we'll give you this what we'll do. Miles Sanders, 2 touchdowns. That's it. That's what I'm going with. I'm done.
Okay. Whatever.
Only thing I got. Not like
Um
there's nothing else. I'm looking at all these games and there's no one that I'm confident that will do anything well, especially people playing in 5-degree weather.
uh, I'm staying away from the Patriots props and for the rest of my life.
Life.
Because it's not gonna happen. I mean, anything I say is not gonna happen. They're gonna they called a fucking timeout before they scored 2 touchdowns, and both of them didn't count. Like, I'm done. I'm so tired of this team. I kinda hope that now I'm talking crazy, but I kinda hope that they lose the last 3 games of the season. I don't have to
No,
worry
you don't
about
mean
a
that. You
playoff
do not mean that.
thing.
You don't mean that.
I'm just so
Okay,
tired.
do you have a playoff path? Like, what's the path that gets you there?
I'm thinking they win this week and they beat Miami the last week of the year. If because they're not gonna win
But
out.
like,
They're not gonna beat
who
Buffalo.
needs to help you to get there?
The Jets need to continue to suck. The Chargers need to drop, I think, at least 2. Um, and then I haven't even looked at anything else. Those are just the only 2 off the top of my head.
Um, we should make some kind of funny thing. Like, if the Browns somehow make the playoffs, I'll drink a glass of Lake Erie water.
Ew. You're gonna end up in the
I'm already
hospital.
sick. It doesn't matter. Maybe that'll cure it.
Maybe, maybe. Oh
That's
man.
what I'll do.
I yeah, the Patriots have like I think it's like a 19% chance of playoffs right now. Like we're cooked. It's been fun. It hasn't actually been fun, but you know, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't even updated the tracker of what needs to happen because at this point I feel like it's going to be way too long for me to even care about too many things. Once you get past like 2 teams needing to help you out, like that's when you know
It's already done.
you're
It's already
done.
done.
So, yeah, but like I'm looking at this slate of games and like I kind of hate almost all of them.
Yes,
Lions
it's
Panthers might be like sneaky okay.
yeah. It's miserable that the Steelers Raiders are 8 o'clock. So
Yeah. Well,
Sun-
maybe
Sunday
the
night
Steelers
football in Pittsburgh. They're not even selling out their games. Like,
maybe the
I'm
Steelers
sorry,
can
but that's
out
pathetic.
stupid the Patriots and we can stop talking about the Patriots.
But like, it's pathetic. This is my last thing that I'll say tonight. Also, a big Steelers hater, and I'm gonna let him know. You are a historic franchise. You might be the best franchise. You might be the best franchise historically in the NFL. You could be, but guess what? You're looking pretty fucking pathetic. Games
Yeah.
aren't selling out. I don't care that your team is not good. The goddamn Cleveland Browns had a parade when they went 0-16. Okay, people showed up. The games were packed. People were
Yep.
there at all times. Don't call yourself a good franchise unless you show up for your team when they suck. Be there at all costs. I gotta say, pathetic.
Yeah, and
That's what I got
the
for
way
them.
that they're pushing that game too with like the immaculate reception and stuff, like I I don't think your targeted audience that's going to be watching an 8 p.m. game during the holidays is actually going to be watching this. Like
Mhm.
the only people that were old enough to remember the immaculate reception definitely aren't going to be staying up to watch 2 shit teams
Right, they should put
play in this
like a
game.
division game people will watch because it doesn't matter
Yeah,
what your
right.
team's records are, you want to beat
This one. I don't
them.
I don't know.
Okay,
I'm
I
also
lied.
obviously wicked bitter, and I hope nothing good ever happens to the Raiders ever again. So
That makes sense. I 100% agree with you. And I understand.
oh
Anyways, it's all
man,
I really got for you guys. We'll
yeah,
have a fantasy league Sunday. My voice is almost on E. We'll put the link out there.
yeah. Wait, how are we should probably figure that out. How are because the main slate of games is on Saturday.
Um, right,
Maybe figure
probably
that out.
ask. We'll probably have it on Saturday.
We'll have one this weekend. The day is TBD
Yeah.
at this point.
And we'll let you
But
guys know when it is. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great holiday. If
yes.
your team's in playoff contention, I hope they make it. And if they're not, I hope they don't hurt your feelings on Christmas.
Um and fantasy playoffs, and good luck.
It says it'll start
Good luck.
Saturday at 1. It says it'll start Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect.
So there we go, guys. Saturday. See you there. Last week, my team couldn't have been any fucking worse. Bounce back.
I completely forgot to actually make a roster last
Well,
week
I'll
for like
remind
the
you.
4th time. All right, y'all. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, enjoy the time with your family and all that good stuff. Fantasy playoffs, and
We'll
we
see you
will
in the new year.